can't get over that wind, man. Sorry.
That was a beautiful way to start the stream too. So hi everybody,
all right.
we're live. Fuck. Okay. So welcome back. How's everybody doing today?
Doing all right.
Much better now that I've seen Kev.
I'm sorry.
Arthur's doing great.
I'm just gonna have to like do this for like half my screen.
Right.
I can't.
Can't handle
I literally can't. Oh my god. Wow.
We'll just go ahead and go around real quick and say who we are.
Oh man.
Kevin, would you like to go first?
It seems
I know
appropriate.
not of this, Kevin. But I am Arthur. I am Arthur, Paladin of the Sea. And no, hi, Kevin Hitt here. Doing my best to relive my high school days with hair. But no, I play Arthur. I'm a Paladin. 8th level Paladin, if I'm not mistaken. Or 9th now. Woo, check it out. And glad to be here. And I think Sav said he's killing me off today, so that's kind of why I'm going out with a bang. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm super excited to be here. And after this, I become Arthur once again.
Version 2.
Oh, hi. I'm Christine Stead. I am playing Zan, the Celestial Warlock, and I will find my dog again. Make no mistake. I may not have found him now. We may not find him this episode, but I will find my dog again. Don't you worry.
Excellent.
That's it.
How are you, MK?
I'm Music Combat, also known as MK. I play Califrus, who is not too excited about the dog, Pickles.
Pebble.
And yeah, I'm just ready to play the slide whistle and get into it today.
Seems so sure. Hi, Chris. We missed you last week, buddy.
Hi.
You're back.
I'm back. I'm no longer drugged off my face on painkillers. It's great. I have no idea what is going on because I haven't seen last week and nobody's called me up. So I'm so confused about this whole dog situation. I'm excited to be back. I'm going to be playing Gol, the swashbuckling man with fantastic hair.
He didn't say the best. He said great.
I said fantastic, not the most fantastic.
Fantastical. Who wants to tell Chris what happened last week?
Well, we killed the dragon.
Woo!
Hey!
Hey, that's good. That's something I don't have to worry about.
Yeah. We found a dog.
So I hear.
And it turns out that dog was telepathic and could talk to us.
Please tell me there was a Severick dog voice.
There was.
Amazing.
It was fantastic. Yeah. Then he ran off.
Aw.
And we're very sad. Yeah.
We is subjective.
we is subjective. This is true.
We get to learn a
For
little
some
bit.
values of we.
We get to learn a little bit about Arthur too, I believe.
Oh yes.
Oh,
Really?
indeed. So Arthur was having second thoughts about going back to Hommlet because he thought he wanted to do more research into the water surrounding the area, but then as you guys explained it to me, but I felt like going back. But after a long conversation with Zan, we decided that we would trudge on to Hommlet and see what was transpiring there and see if we could glean any more information. But before that we went back, Arthur had what you would call a restless sleep, where his dream was invaded by what I think was the dragon that we killed, but I'm not quite sure. But when Arthur's backstory is that when he fell out of the boat and died and then washed up on the shore, he has no recollection of that memory from the time he fell off the boat. But this being inserted himself into that time frame, speaking to Arthur, telling him he will see him again. And so afterwards, we trudged on to Hommlet, found this black dragon, basically turning all the men of Hommlet into acid puddles, and we won somehow. And
Awesome.
you, by the way,
Mm-hmm.
You had a great part in it, man.
You charged the dragon.
You
Well,
did.
shit.
Best Errol Flynn impersonation.
You did.
I was
Awesome.
screaming, "Have at
Pretty
you,"
great.
and you stuck him with your pointy thing.
I do that.
You did.
Gaul is proficient in pointy thing sticking.
Yeah. No, you did him good.
Oh, context. Oh, man. All right.
So we had, I think Zan went to go visit Rufus, if I remember correctly.
I did. I wanted a little more info about these previous attacks. And then the cavalry came, apparently.
Did. Everybody else was back at the end of the Welcome Wench, having a few post-dragon drinks. Heard a big commotion outside and watched as these armies just started to set up camp just outside the city. It appears that reinforcements have finally arrived in the area.
Late as always.
As always.
Indeed.
So, we have a couple different places to go here. Who would like to start? We have the group at the end, and we have Zan.
I mean, I intend to go back and get some drinks, so I'll get my part done pretty quick if I can.
Okay. You wanted to research some stuff, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
What specifically are you looking for?
If he had more info, correspondence, anything about the previous attacks from several years ago. And also, if he had any, books on Celestials in general. I'd like to.
Celestials in general.
Yeah.
Okay, you're looking back to the first incursion of the temple, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
So it was over a decade ago, but the forces really didn't push into Hommlet back then. There was minor monster attacks in the area, but it was more of a thuggish, cultish group that had infiltrated the area. Not such monstrosities like it's pursuing now.
Okay.
It took an alliance of people to come together and push back the forces of the temple itself, and adventurers, much like yourself, pushed into the temple and ended up sealing away an ancient evil there by the name of Zuggtmoy, who they feel should have been kept prisoner for this time. But it seems that her influence has escaped those bonds, at the very least. Okay. What sort of Celestials are you looking into?
Well, powerful ones. Potentially powerful ones that might grant power and such.
Ones that might grant power and such as the one that you were...
Maybe.
Okay. You pour through the tomes, but you don't seem to really find any information on the particular one that you have an alliance with, we'll say loosely. You do find some books on Zuggtmoy, though, if you would care to read them.
Yes.
From what you gather and what Rufus can also tell you, Zuggtmoy was sort of a consort, more of a lover, perhaps, to Ayuz, the evil, who has his own kingdom far north of here. And you also know that she is potentially an ally to Demogorgon himself, which is the nastiest of all demon kind, pretty much.
Boy, yeah.
But you also know that she does have her enemies as well. Jubilix and Lolth, the Spider Queen. They don't seem to get along too much, especially Jubilix, who she shares her realm with, actually, who's sort of the lord of oozes and slimes. Down on the 222nd layer of the abyss, where these two share a realm together, which she dubs, I think it was Shadar. Let me look at my notes here. Shattuck Law. Okay. I guess by putting two and two together with Rufus, her and IU's having some sort of alliance would make a lot of sense at this point, given the history and given the activity in the area itself.
Gotcha.
Is there anything else you'd like to look up?
I guess at this point I'll just ask, if anything else comes up, do you mind if I take a peek back in? I am a great lover of books, so...
He has no problems with granting you access to this information at any time that you see fit at this point.
Thank you. And I'll go ahead and take my notes back and grab myself a drink.
Okay, so we will flash back to the inn. We have Gaul, we have Califris and Arthur. Some worse for wear, but altogether whole. And I believe they just stepped outside to watch the armies approach the town. The town is sort of in high gear at this point. Potentially seeing saviors arriving at their doorstep. People have begun coming out of their homes for the first time in a long time, fully without fear.
Saviors.
So what are you three doing at this time?
We're not having a post-dragon dangle then.
Not without me! No dangling without me!
It was discussed.
Good. I'm glad.
A celebratory dangle was indeed discussed.
I don't know, what are we doing?
Yeah, I'm just in awe of thinking about this army that just marched through while we just got done doing battle with a dragon. And these
We've
guys,
done all the hard work.
yeah, and I mean, in Arthur's mind, it's not. He doesn't really want or really need all the accolades. He just knows that there's going to be misinformation, strewn across the entire town, to where people will be given hope when maybe there is none. And he's articulating that to Gull, just sitting there, just like, Gull, just like ship captains get all the credit for everything they do, yet we know who makes
everything they do.
Yeah. We know who makes the magic happen.
Yes, we do.
And the crew never gets their due.
No. Maybe we should go and tell them. You should go and tell them that.
Arthur will laugh, knowing, Gull's half serious, half joking.
More than half.
60-40 maybe, yeah.
He likes to get people in trouble, this lad.
Yep.
I think I'm done picking fights today, my friend.
Then we should drink.
Aye. Let's drink for a while and long for the sea once again, huh?
Definitely the first one.
What are you, Califis? What are you doing?
Cal is gonna join them.
Okay. So you all leave the streets behind you, back into the inn once more. Pull up to your favorite table. Grab
That's
some drinks.
Any empty table with drinks on it is my favorite
At
table.
this point, yes, correct.
Don't go swiping drinks off any old table.
Why?
Yeah,
It's literally never ended poorly for.
And we'll go ahead and say that around this time, Zan, you've returned from Rufus's library.
All right. Where's my whiskey? I have some things to discuss.
Welcome back, bookworm.
Hello. Well, where is it? Have you not even gotten around yet? What the hell have you been doing since I've been gone?
We had a
Goals
round.
failed us.
It's gone.
Yeah.
Oh, so I need to catch up.
It's
Oh,
your
right.
round now.
Oh, well, fine. Vesta, dear.
She comes quickly over. Excited to see you, it seems.
Hello. Apparently we need one more round for these 3 and then 2 for me, because apparently I need to play catch up.
Correct.
Okay. So she quickly returns with what you ask for. And she brings the extra one to you and actually an extra one to Califrus. Looking up at him. She kind of tugs on your shirt a little bit. I heard you're the one that killed the dragon.
What?
Are you the one that killed the dragon?
I mean, we all kind of had a part in
Yes,
it, but
he dealt the killing blow. It was amazing. Can I roll for may I roll for wingman here? Like, can I do that?
She sort of looks at you, not like starry-eyed, but just in wonderment. Says, I brought you another one if you need anything at all.
okay. Cal's gonna give her a little pat on the head and be like, "Sure thing, kid." You know.
She looks giddy and bounds off.
Someone's blowing an opportunity.
Right?
Cal.
We need to work on your game.
What could I ask her to do? Open the cash register?
Oh, there's a lot
Different
more you
game.
could ask her.
Was
Certainly
that
ask her to
was
open
that
something.
literal or never mind.
This thing got a
This
little creepy.
calls for a celebration, Cal. Don't you have something you can play for us?
Oh. You know,
Yes.
Cal's gonna go as far as Cal's gonna hop up on the table.
Cal the
Everyone
Dragon
can
Slayer!
I
Cal
hope
the
it's like-
Dragon Slayer!
I hope it's the
And-
middle of the day at this point.
Everyone, the 3 of you and the little girl, sees Cal. and Cal's gonna play All Star by Smash Mouth.
Excellent.
Ooh.
Was a fine
Well-
tune, Cal. Mic drop.
Okay, you guys have some music and some laughs over your drinks.
We're blowing off a little steam here
Absolutely.
after a big pitch
Have
battle.
I had a chance to figure out what this very fancy sword I pulled out of the moat house was yet?
I don't know, maybe somebody can help you with that.
I don't want them to know I found anything.
Do you have shiny and you haven't told us about it?
Do, and I still haven't told you about it.
I can identify.
Oh, I would know that, wouldn't I?
You would,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you would.
So I'll kind of slyly be like, so, the moat
Do we
house,
get-
we all...
Do we
We all
get
know the
passive
moat house.
perception on this?
Just how drunk that he is.
Be quiet! I
We've
found
all-
this!
I found something!
We've already established Dolo only pretends to drink.
Everyone! I mean, just you! I found this.
So we all remember the moat house, yeah?
How can we forget?
We all remember that we didn't find anything of value in the moat house.
Handful
Oh.
of coin.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So about that, and I'll just kind of slide the sword thing over to Zan. Like,
You dog. Give it a year. All right. And I'll go ahead and sit to the side and do my ritual casting of Identify.
Okay.
Arthur's a little inebriated at this point, having not drank for a very long time, so he's a little silly.
Okay. Let me go ahead and put this in. Put it in Zan and Gall's control here. Under your notes, you should have an item
Ooh.
there.
Ooh.
Oh, hello. That looks
And
badass.
you guys are, if you want to talk
Are you
about it,
talking
you can.
to your sword?
Only
I would know.
on-
I would know what it is, right? I
You would.
identified it.
It's
You would,
awesome.
yes.
Give me a chance to read this.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
And when you guys are reading that, we actually just got a divine favor.
Yay!
So we get to go ahead and hand that out real
Thanks,
quick.
friends.
Just appreciate that, Lee. It's very
It's
awesome.
the wig.
This is dope.
Speaking of the wig, Arthur, you're the lucky number. Would you like to roll me a d6?
All right.
Arthur, we'll roll a d6. 5.
5. Okay, much like what Califers have, you have supernatural protection. You have a guaranteed success on any one saving throw.
Excellent.
Outstanding.
Now I still have my divine favor, right?
You still have not
You haven't
used
used it.
Okay. Yeah. Just double checking if there was like a one at a time kind of rule or something.
Yeah. I have one under my notes as well. Is that something that I have?
I think it's just the table.
Right, cool.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
okay, you got your input for
Yay!
your new item.
Chad, you
Ah.
guys are awesome. Appreciate you.
Thanks,
do
y'all.
you happen to know if this is a finesse weapon?
Yes, it would be.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, more pointy.
Yeah, I like pointy.
I like pointy. He's good with pointy.
He's good with
Oh.
pointy.
Well, those are all rumor and hearsay.
I have no idea how to add this to my character sheet. I'll figure that out.
Absolutely. Okay, so what were you guys discussing? I think that Zan was wanting to discuss something when she walked in. I could be correct.
Yeah.
But,
What is it exactly?
This is
I ask myself because I identify it.
Arthur. Arthur, you may have heard of this. This is a weapon called Stormcarver, which once belonged to a pirate called Fowler Zander, who I believe we've both heard of. And it was the legend is that he was struck by lightning one stormy evening, and that the blade absorbed the lightning, and it has lightning in it, which is a really good quality for a stabby sword to have, I think.
I'd say
So I'll keep this.
it doesn't hurt.
No, it does hurt. That's the point.
Oh yes, of course.
Is
Yeah.
there any kind of check that I can, if he's, I would, here, how do I explain this? If he's lying to me, I don't care. I just want to make an Arcana check, or, a check of my knowledge of weapons of the sea and pirates, to see if that's accurate, as to see as much accuracy as I can tell.
why don't you give me a history check? I'm going to give you advantage since of your background.
All right, so that is going to be double 11s. That's so much fun. 15 total.
15. From what you understand, what he says seems to line up with history's sakes.
A fine weapon indeed, and a man
Yeah.
worthy to wield it.
Well,
And I take my glass and I tap his.
you're far too kind. Not at all accurate, but I'll take
And
that.
way too sober. Another round.
You'd also probably know a little bit about Fowler Zander, who was not a nice gentleman. So,
Good to know.
Take his and use it for good.
I'll definitely use it. Whether it's for good or not
that's another
remains to
question.
be seen.
This is fair. I did manage to find a little more information about this this being Zuggtmoy. Apparently, she was taken as prisoner and locked within the temple. But these fungi and spores and everything that we're seeing now leads us to believe that perhaps her influence has been released somehow. And that's not good.
Now, this may be the mead, ale, or whatever you're having drink talking.
Oh, that's whiskey, love. That's just straight whiskey.
But who, again, is this Arusatala something, and why'd they take her? And who is she?
She's the goddess of the
Ah,
decay and
yes. Indeed.
apparently also a consort of Ayus.
Ah, double trouble.
I do worry about Ayus's potential influence here and around, especially if we're seeing the influence of Zuggtmoy as well. I suggest caution. Kind of looking around. Is anyone else around? Is it literally just us in the bar with Vesta?
It's currently you and the little girl, so.
Okay.
It was busy, and then Smash Mouth happened.
Refunds for everyone. Well, I'll tell you what. I think we're always cautious, and that perhaps after that army is all dead, we should go ahead and investigate, because I think those guys are right.
After the army's dead, I would hope that if large scores of the army begin to die, we might investigate a little earlier than that.
But Cal killed a dragon!
Cal killed a dragon!
She killed a dragon! All by herself. I think I've had a little too much to drink, boys and girls. And with that,
Perhaps.
Arthur's gonna push his chair back and use his trident as a walking stick and go flop down in his bed and be done for the evening.
Okay.
I thought we were going to dangle. Oh.
No.
Well, you could probably dangle Arthur, as he's gonna be passed out from everything he drinks. So
Is that an invitation?
and the fine flowing locks
Yeah,
would
boys!
look really good over the balcony.
Volunteer. Let's do it. Let's do it. We've got him.
No
I mean, he's
escape
already
from the
wibbling.
angle.
Once in a while, Arthur will act silly. It's the years of
I think we
pirate.
take advantage. I think we take advantage. All right. I think between, well, I'm more of a hindrance than a help when it comes to strength. So between the two of you, I think you can lift him up. Let's do this. Let's do it.
They're gonna drop me, aren't they, DM? They're gonna drop me. Absolutely. They are gonna drop me onto the cobble road. Well,
Maybe.
a new bed awaits. a new bed awaits.
A bed of cobble?
Yep. Hey. Slept on worse.
Sort of
All right. What's up, Seb?
I was about to say, what the rest are you doing?
I mean, is Gaul gonna dangle Arthur? Is Gaul down?
I don't know. I feel like Arthur may be pissed about it in the morning.
True.
No, no. He's great. Look at him. I give him a little cheek smack.
I mean, if we're all good with dangling Arthur, then
I think Arthur's most of all good
has Arthur
with
ever
it.
been
So
dangled? Arthur, have you been dangled before? To coin a phrase.
well, that settles it then.
This dangling you speak of.
I mean,
Right.
like physically dangled out of a window.
Well, I haven't gotten in trouble for it yet.
Okay.
I've
I
never
think
been.
Arthur knows who we're dangling.
No, I don't think it does. Is this exploitative?
The normally stoic paladin blows off steam once in a while. I mean, killing a dragon is celebration, you know what I mean? And once in a while, you notice the white-haired gentleman will have a little bit too much to drink and act the child. And he's not going to put up a fight if you dangle him over the balcony.
I mean,
Just don't
what-
drop me.
What I'm asking is, are you down to dangle?
Are you down to dangle, Arthur?
Are you DTD?
Are you
Are
down?
you propositioning me?
In a sense.
Go. Then dangle it is. Let's go.
Yes!
Where's my helmet?
I hope you've got
I
mechanics. to
demand
dangle
a
it, sir.
helmet. I demand a helmet.
So Arthur,
I want to be.
Are you gonna be
wearing-
like sober? I'm not sober, but are you gonna be conscious for this whole act?
I am wearing nothing but a loincloth and a
Oh
helmet.
God.
Arthur, keep your clothes on.
No! Arthur starts stripping in the
Oh
middle.
God.
No. I think you may have misinterpreted what we are talking
It's
about.
bedtime. I'm tired. And I'm only going to go to bed once.
Instant regret.
Yeah. So now I'd like a helmet and a loincloth.
You're going to sleep in a helmet.
I don't know if I could fit in it, but yes, it'll be a helmet and probably a cobble road. I may not want to get up, so choose wisely.
He's not even making any sense anymore.
No,
I think
no.
maybe we should just put him to bed. I'm regretting this instantly as well.
Yeah.
We'll dangle someone else another time.
My loincloth is
Alright.
dangling.
It's all right.
Jesus.
All right, Arthur. I think it's time to go to bed. All right.
Where's my helmet?
It's
You're
up
wearing
in
it.
your room. Yes.
All right, so Arthur will literally sleep in nothing but a helmet and a loincloth.
Where did you get the helmet from?
Whose helmet?
Hey, he said there's a helmet somewhere. If anybody has one, he's taking it off their head and wearing it.
He wakes up in the morning with the chamber pot on his head.
But yes, so off to bed it is.
Oh.
Apparently all my shit's lying in the middle of the tavern floor, though.
Yeah, we might have to
Yeah.
check
So
that out.
my apologies in the morning, but for now, he's loinclothing it up the stairs, and you can see both of his ass cheeks as he's walking.
Incredible.
Yes.
Cal is just gonna cover the little girl's eyes
Yeah.
in the meantime. What's her name? Vespa?
Imagine,
Vespa.
if you will, a 6'4", white-haired man with nothing but a loincloth and a trident walking away from you.
Is his ass hair also white?
Oh no, it's beautifully shaved skin. It's cool.
Oh, Arthur Manscapes. Okay, good to
Yes.
know.
It's beautiful.
Oh.
Tan to
Canon now.
perfection.
He sunbathes nude. Interesting.
Oh,
My
when?
new-
We've
his
literally
line of
never
cologne.
seen him do that.
Tanned perfection. By Chanel. All right. So yeah, he is indeed going. Oh, this swig is making me crazy.
All right. Arthur
My
goes
apologies.
to bed. Short and sweetly. The rest of you are.
Horrified by what we've just seen.
Yes.
So out of character, but like you guys know, once in a while, it's when you get done fighting a dragon, you kind of get it.
I mean,
Oh,
I plan to drink tonight to forget several things today, but I think I need another one just.
That will be the one to forget.
We've seen some horrors, but this is
This may top them all.
I have a
peak horror.
strength of 19. He probably looks pretty good, boys and girls. So I'm gonna roll persuasion. Do they think I have
For shits and giggles, go ahead.
Do it! All of you roll a d20.
What are we rolling?
What is this
Wait,
again?
I thought you have to roll it. You have to roll
No, you. Okay, I will. Okay, this is for
Are you,
all
are
of
you
you.
actually drunk?
No, a 21, 17 plus 4.
All right.
Arthur
Insight,
looks
then.
swole as fuck.
That's right. Take a gander, boys and girls.
So what do
Arthur
we
clearly
roll
got
to see if we're impressed?
Like roll if we're into it. Is that?
Yes, you have to beat my 21, or else you think I have a great ass. Sorry, Sav. Is this my last episode? I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
This is all of our last episode of Shane's Watch.
Yes, I'm just playing a drunk Arthur at this point. My apologies.
Wait, what is the skill
That's
to
drinking
combat this
already.
though? Like,
You don't
Oh,
have to
man.
roll anything.
I was ready. I wanted to see.
DM.
I want to see. No, I'm rolling. Screw all of
You
y'all.
are. Do it.
Roll a d20.
Come on, you
Roll
guys.
for ass perception.
Well, it's really bad. I got a 5. So-
Yeah.
I think in this situation, the lower the number would be, the more inclined you'd be.
That's right. Yep.
So
That's right.
you have failed his ass cheek DC roll, and just stare.
And he looks back and winks as he's walking.
Just kind of goes, I guess, all the way up the stairs.
Yep. Looks back, winks at y'all. Time for bed. He is gonna regret everything tomorrow morning.
Yes, he is.
Super unlikely. Yep.
Your
Yeah.
god is going to have a stern word.
Well, apparently I don't deal with alcohol well, but at all. So you probably should stop him from drinking next time. But no, he is out. He is crashed. I
Wow.
probably will see if I roll to see if I fell on my trident or not. But
Oh.
Oh.
but he's asleep.
Thank the
Okay.
Lord.
All right, the rest of you, anything for tonight?
Well.
I mean, I don't think we can top that.
I don't.
No, I don't.
No. I think it might be bedtime now.
Yeah.
But I can have you guys roll me a perception check.
Oh god.
Ugh.
14.
14.
4.
Good to know.
8.
8. All right, we're good scales here. Gall, you guys are
Hello.
laughing and having your drinks, and you hear just out the window this sound of scratching against the wood and light whimpering.
I just kind of taps down on the shoulder.
What?
Just listen.
What?
It takes a moment. You steady your senses, but you also hear it. Hey, buddy! Buddy!
Pebbles! I run out the door.
Okay. So you go out the door.
Gol just looks at Cal and rolls his eyes heavily.
So your buddy Pebbles
Pebbles! Oh,
Runs up.
scratchy.
really like jumps like up, puts his paws up like up on your thighs and looks up at
Buddy,
you.
where did you go? We were looking for you.
I mean, there was a fucking dragon around. I'm not stupid, you know.
Yeah, I know. You're a very smart boy. You're a very smart boy. Are you hungry?
No, I'm all right actually.
What did
Even
you
dog.
eat?
I mean, stuff.
Can we
Like-
all hear Pebbles?
What?
Yeah, technically you could, because I think you all established a bond with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you give me a perception check, Zan?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, 19.
19.
That's a 20.
Nice.
He seems to be avoiding your gaze. Sort of did one of those I've been a bad dog kind of looks.
Did you eat a human?
And you can see around like his maw that he's got dirt and a little bit of blood mixed in with it.
Pebbles, we talked about this. We don't eat humans.
Look, I'm just a dumb dog, you know?
You're not a dumb dog. You're a very smart dog. And I know you're smart enough to not eat humans. It's not nice.
But
I'll get you food. Come on. I'm going to get you cleaned up.
No questions about which human he ate.
he jumps down and follows you back inside. Okay, so I guess you're going to get him all cleaned up.
Yes.
Um,
Prestidigitation.
The whole time he's just sort of side-eyeing Califrus because he knows that like they don't get along as well as the rest of everybody else does.
Cal gives him the stink eye right back.
And Califas, you hear, and just you hear, she likes me better than you.
No.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Before long, it's just going to be me and her and Gaul and Arthur.
You know, dog. You should watch out. You're not wearing dog armor.
Why are you threatening my dog?
Your dog's threatening me.
What did you say?
I didn't say nothing. What are you talking about?
All right.
Oh, all right. I said
The two of you. What did you say?
I said the slide whistle's the dumbest instrument ever. Okay.
Oh my
Is
god.
that the nice thing to say?
Oh my
We
god.
love the slide whistle. We love the slide whistle. Cal, it's okay.
You know, we're gonna need food on this journey. Dog
We
isn't
are
bad.
gonna need food on this journey, and Cal looks very, very muchly at the dog.
If either of you lay a hand on my dog, I swear. Now, you need to watch your mouth, brain, whatever. Don't say mean things like that.
Zad, I'm surprised. I didn't think you were into owning sentient creatures.
I don't own him.
But he's yours.
Well, I'm taking care of him.
I'm sitting right here. You can address me.
Exactly. He's right there. I don't own you.
Well, I mean,
But-
you do. You're my master. But
All right, fine. I own him. All right. I own the damn dog. All right. But I'll take care of him.
Put him on a lead.
He doesn't need a lead.
He ate a human.
All right, maybe he needs a lead.
come on.
Well,
What
figure
are
it out.
those things? What are those things that they put on the dogs to
A
keep them
muzzle.
from fighting? He needs one of put a muzzle on him.
He talks with his brain. It's not really going to keep him from talking all that
Bites
much.
with his teeth.
True.
It'll keep him from eating humans.
True. See? We have valid points. This is why we don't eat humans. If you want food, we'll get food.
But I like it. I like
Do
it.
not tell me you like the taste of human flesh. I swear to all that is holy.
It sort of looks like away from you and side-eyed at you. Look, I'm just a dumb animal. I like what I like. I can't help it.
We will have words later.
I don't tell you not to drink whiskey, do I?
I would like to see you try.
Whiskey isn't people.
Whiskey is not people.
Can I insight check this dog? Is he as dumb as he's making himself out to be?
Sure.
I mean, he's not. He's clearly not. 18.
Hey!
You have the suspicions that perhaps Pebbles is... How do I say this?
Evil incarnate.
Not if he's evil per se, but he's definitely trying to gain some sort of advantage through Zan's trust,
Mm-hmm.
through his position with the party.
Mm-hmm.
I don't trust that dog.
I will keep that to myself for now.
If my dog is eyes, I swear to God, Seb, I'm gonna... Anyway. All right, I'm gonna get him cleaned up. I'll call Vesta over for a little bit of food. Real food.
I'll just turn and mutter to Carl. I never was a dog person.
Me neither.
Right?
And I was never a human person until I ate one, so...
Watch it, Pooch.
Yeah, watch it.
Hey, they're standing there talking about me. What do you want me... I can't defend myself now?
All right, let's get it all out in the open, and then we'll move on. What is everyone's problem with the dog?
He eats people!
We're working on it, all right? We're working on it.
To be fair, I wait till they're dead.
See?
Is that better?
Yes, it's better. You want him to just start attacking people in the street?
He had blood around his mouth. How dead? Dead bodies don't bleed.
I mean, they weren't dead for very long.
I'm watching you.
Sort of puts his paw up, like, right back at you.
I just shake it.
He's like, hey, yeah, I'm the dumb one here. Okay,
As condescendingly as condescendingly. Hey, look, he knows tricks.
Not bad, not bad. Oh, all right. I think it might be time to turn in, everyone.
It might.
Okay.
The dog can sleep in your room.
That's fine. Come on, Pebbles. It's bedtime.
Okay, so you all going to bed for this time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it is night time. What should we start with? We'll start with Califrus.
I can't hear
So
you.
we'll
Yeah,
start-
I lost.
Can you hear me
Yeah.
now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Start with you, Califrus. You laid down for the night, sleeping away comfortably in a nice warm bed, as opposed to the other evening against the hard ground. You feel something land on your bed. Sort of push the covers down. Smell of wet fur fills the air.
Can you speak up just a little more? You're coming in and out a little bit. Sorry.
I said you're laying there and you feel something jump on the bed. And you have this overwhelming smell of wet fur penetrate your nostrils. It moves up further. On your chest now. 2 paws. Stinking breath in your face.
Cal just like jumps up and tries to like push it off because that's a very startling sort of thing to wake up to.
Okay, go ahead and make me a strength check.
Okay. Oof. I got a 15.
15. Okay, so you push this thing off you, which lands on the ground next to you with a yelp. I told you, I'm going to replace you, one way or another.
Oh my god. Are you going to kill me?
What? Fuck no! What? No! No! I'm just telling you, you need to watch yourself.
Okay, that really sounds like you're gonna kill me though. Like, I'm not the only one seeing this. I mean, if there was someone else in the room, they would be like, yeah, the dog's gonna kill you.
That's true. That's true. Just go tell your friends
And you
that.
said it's true!
Go tell your friends, okay? See how far they get you.
Sure, I'm sure Arthur will believe me. Maybe not Zan. She's like pretty much brainwashed by you, but
Brainwashed?
jeez.
No, I am a good dog.
I don't believe you.
You've had it out for me the instant I showed up.
Yeah. Because you know what? You gotta, like, feed dogs. You gotta take care of dogs. You know how much work that is? There are 4 of us? Yeah, there's 4 of us. We gotta feed ourselves as well.
So you don't like relying on people, huh?
What? No, I don't like extra responsibilities.
No, I think I'm digging into your story here a little bit. Yeah.
My dog's a psychologist, guys.
Why are you here, huh?
Why Why am I here?
Well, you just lonely? You a lonely little dog like me?
No. I have. They're my friends. I like being around them.
They're your friends.
Yeah.
See how quickly Zan turned on you, huh? As soon as I showed up?
Well, I mean, you're a dog. Zan likes dogs. I wouldn't say she exactly turned on me.
So next time a little sultry little cat passes by, does that mean that you're gone then too, huh?
What?
Yeah. You see, like me, you're replaceable. You're just here for now.
Cal just kind of like gives him an angry, stern look because he doesn't want to hear it.
Seems I struck a nerve. Tell you what, you be good to me and I'll be good to you. If not, well, just say that maybe down the road I might have to change my philosophy on how I acquire my food. Hey, well, have a good night, alright? I will see you later.
How did you get in here?
This dog's from Jersey.
He looks up
Can
to
you
you.
open doors?
I've got my ways. An instant later, he blinks from existence.
Okay then.
Zan, what have you done?
I took a random encounter and made it a lot of fun. Okay. 92, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take Zan here from the rest of the party. We're going to put her on her own little page all by herself.
Oh shit. Oh god, guys. Bye.
This is the week where Seth kills us all. He's had enough of our shit.
Oh god.
Zan, you go to your room for the night, opening the door. And you walk into it, close it behind you. And as you turn around, the space all around you is nothing but blackness. It's not of a dark room. It's not of night falling. It is of just emptiness. And around you, little pinpoints of silver stars light up further and further away. Behind you, a silver thread reaches back from you and seems to move on and on into infinity. You're weightless, floating in some sort of ethereal space. And before you, a white tiger floats towards your direction.
Oh shit.
It's been some time, hasn't it?
Yes, Star, it has.
I suppose the time to pay back what we've given you has come.
What need have you of me?
Well, I think you're already on the right direction now. You know,
Oh.
we don't like the cultists of the elemental evil.
No. I would assume we would not.
Nor do we like their master.
No.
But along the way, in the night below, there is one other thing we ask you take care of for us. A sleepless evil One that's been granting power to those around you.
Sleepless evil?
Sort of nods. Growing a little closer now.
Where will I find this?
Deep, deep beneath the crust of Oerth.
Of where?
Oerth,
Orth, alright.
the land itself.
Do you have a shovel? Or any suggestions?
The way will present itself to you.
Alright.
Unless you do not wish to continue our contract.
No, I do.
Are you sure? I saw that your sister made an appearance. She never did like us much.
How is that possible? I saw her not 5 months ago. You helped me see her. I don't... And
She is beyond our senses here.
she's dead.
No, I didn't say she was dead. Just that I don't know if she is.
If I assist you in this, will you assist me in finding her?
A long sigh escapes its large form.
Come on, Da. You like the mystery too, I know you do.
I suppose, given the level and gravity of the situation, we can come to some sort of accordance.
And you like me?
I came to you for a reason. Do not make me second guess that reason.
Understood.
Then we are done here. And then the stars start to whip past you as you feel the cord behind you just yank you further quickly from the scene. And before you know it, within a blink of an eye, the room returns just as it was.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh. Where's my dog? Is he there? Did he come up in the room with me?
Currently, he's not with you.
Pebbles?
A few moments later, he comes bounding around the corner.
Where were you?
Just stretching my legs, you know.
You're on probation, sir. Lay down, it's time for bed.
All right. And he plops down on the floor and closes his eyes. And night takes him. All right.
I'll sit up and fret for a while, and then eventually go to bed.
Okay. The rest of the night passes uneventfully for the rest of you. Day breaks. And it's time to wake.
Oh, my head. I will lay on hands on myself And
Remove
cure
that
the-
poison.
Yeah.
Okay.
The advantage of being a drinking paladin, huh? Cure the thing.
Hey.
So no, Arthur looks down to see himself in nothing but a loincloth and a stolen helmet off the wall of some sort, probably.
Chamber pot.
Mm.
And
Chamber pot.
but in all seriousness, did any of them bring my stuff up to my room, or is it still down there?
They believe they talked about doing it, but
Yeah, none of the rest.
Yeah, it's laying in the middle of the floor, dude. Sorry.
All right,
Awkward.
tried it in hand, nothing but a loincloth and a helmet. I'm going to get my stuff.
Chamber pot.
Walk of shame, here we go. You guys should be yelling shame at me as I'm slowly walking down. Shame. No, but he will go get his stuff and back to his room to contemplate, to see if he can remember, and then to chastise himself heavily for letting it get out of control.
okay. So you move downstairs and you see that what you had has been neatly folded and placed on one of the tables. Someone had taken the care to remove it from the floor at least, and at least put it in a presentable manner for you.
Certainly wasn't us.
Yeah, that wasn't us.
But we'll take the credit for it.
Yeah.
I will leave a gold piece on the bar, like as I'm walking past.
Okay.
In my walk of shame back to my room. Head low, 1 gold, slap it on the counter, and then back to the room.
Okay. You gather your things, and all you hear while you're down there is just the sound of pans and cooking happening at the time. The rest of you wake up, I assume, and I'm assuming you're just going to go downstairs and grab something real quick before exiting for the day.
Yes.
So you all downstairs, starting to eat, and Arthur walks downstairs.
Jolly good show.
And Arthur, you remember everything in striking detail.
Thanks for that.
I rolled for
Oh,
it.
thank
I
you.
give you a chance to not remember it.
Walk of shame, heads bowed. I'm gonna sit down at the table, not making eye contact with anybody really, and we eating or what?
They're making breakfast.
Where's Zan's dog at this point?
Oh, he would have came down with her.
He came down with me.
Yeah.
I'll just have him sit by the foot and give him little scritchies. Little scritchies.
Okay. So they bring out some food for you all. Just bacon and potatoes, just some very non-perishable sort of things. Or not quickly perishable sort of things. Otherwise, it's pretty quiet this morning. There's a smell of smoke in the air as hundreds of fires have been lit in the camp that has just been set outside the city. And the sound of troops going back and forth and marching orders and practice and what have you not. Sort of replaces the normal sound of animals in the mornings. But I suppose it's more of a security sound than anything at this point. You eat, and not too long after you have begun consuming, the door opens to the inn, and of all people, Rufus enters and moves.
Good morning.
Good morning. He moves to your table, takes one of the little sticks of bacon, and takes a seat. And takes a bite off of it.
Slap it out of his hand before he can bite it. Not yours.
Goal, he can have some bacon. My goodness.
Sort of swipes a little bit of fat off onto his robe that's left on his fingers. Well, good morning to you as well. So, some of the leaders have gathered this morning to talk about what's going to happen from here on out. I'm very interested in your lot, having killed a dragon and all.
We did, didn't we?
Asked if you'd like to attend. Not required, of course, but...
Lead us from where, Rufus? Who?
Ah.
Where?
So, it would be General Lucidia from the Kingdom of Furundi. General... I can't read my own notes. Gunvald from Verbabank. And Knight Commander Nicodemus from the Duchy of Valuna. The leaders of the armies, the 3 armies that have appeared during the last 24 hours.
Do those names mean anything to us?
Not so much now.
We're invited
Well,
to attend what?
They're having a little chat this morning, a little meeting. Some sort of war council.
Where and when, Rufus?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
They've set up a small camp, I guess I should say, just outside of town here to the north. If you're willing to go, we can head over anytime you're ready.
All right.
Sure.
Okay.
Cal?
Yeah, sure.
We're also enthusiastic.
You are. Yeah,
All right.
sure, well, I guess.
Yeah, whatever.
Sounds like work.
Not got anything else planned today, I suppose.
True.
Also, just as a note, like, while they're walking there and while they're sitting at the table, Cal is just sitting as far away from Zan and walking, appropriately with the group, but far away from Zan.
Oh, okay.
Would I be able to pick up on this? Like rolling. Is that okay?
I heard robotic sounds. That's all I heard.
Oh, would I be able to roll an insight check?
Mhm.
Let's see.
Sure.
Plus a 15.
15.
Yeah.
Are you trying to hide this, Calipris?
He's trying to do it as politely and as appropriately as possible.
Why don't you go and give me a deception, just in case.
Oof. I got 23.
23.
Shit. Goddamn bards.
Doesn't seem out of the ordinary. Maybe sometimes Calipris likes to hang back and just have a little bit of enjoy the morning. Seems to be a morning person, so I think he likes the sound of the town as it begins to liven up and just sort of relishes in the moment. So that's all you can equate it to for the time being.
Okay. Well, we'll finish breakfasting and we can head over from there, I suppose.
Okay. So you guys make your trip over.
Goal's really hungry. You could have done with bacon.
I steal extra bacon for the dog as well.
Someone ate my bacon. Not happy about it.
I'm tempted to try to eat your bacon.
Still not happy.
Make your way to this encampment. It's quickly been set up over the last 24 hours, you can see. And there's some many soldiers who are sort of milling about, keeping an eye on things, digging trenches, whatever they feel they need to be doing at this time to secure the perimeter of the town itself. You are led into this gated structure. And around a single fire, you see the faces of course, Rufus. You see Burn and 3 other people that you're not familiar with. There is a what appears to be some human lady who is wearing this heavy plate mail armor and a large sword strung to her back. Fiery red hair and piercing blue eyes. She's got a long scar jagged down the side of her face. Looks like she's seen many, many battles in her time. There's another gentleman there as well, where you assume he's a gentleman, just by his stature alone. He's 6'8". He's tall. He's just completely decked out in mail, and sort of see his eyes and a little bit of his beard from under the visor of his helmet. And one other gentleman who seems to be a little bit more posh, we'll say. While he's wearing light armor, some chain, he's got these like golden laid red robes that seem to cover it. Black hair that's greased back, and a fine little tiny little mustache and beard. And
I don't like him. I don't like him at all.
Nope.
It's like the
Slimy.
instant NPC hater. You want to make a description for an NPC that everybody hates, just right there it is.
Give him a mustache.
It's that mustache. That's it.
Mustache and slick back hair. Job done.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. Take a look at the help section in your Alexa app.
Wow.
What?
Sorry about that, y'all.
What happened, Alexa? Alexa doesn't help your situation either, apparently.
That was very odd. I apologize.
No problem. So you guys are introduced. The first, the lady, that is General Lucidia of Ferundi, who seems to be actually the one that's really in control around here. She's the one barking most of the orders.
Is there any food?
Currently, there's none on display.
Damn.
The second gentleman is General Gunvold, which you're introduced to by Rufus. And the last one, he's from Verbabonk. I don't know if I said that or not. And the last one is Knight Commander Nicodemus, who's the one that you all seem to instantly distrust upon seeing.
What was John Waters' stash name? Sorry.
Knight Commander Nicodemus.
Do the creep.
Do the creep? No. Do the creep? No.
Creep check.
John Waters. Okay, so Lucidia moves first towards you, extending a hand. We'll say at... I guess Arthur's probably the closest to her currently.
Arthur probably looks the most like the one in charge as well.
Most likely, yeah. I would say that would be... At least in a military sense, yes. She turns to greet each of you. Oh. So the Dragon Slayers have showed up. I'm very pleased to meet you all. Sorry we couldn't get here sooner and join in some of the action ourselves. It's been a while since I've combated a worm.
Well met.
Indeed.
What do we have going on here?
Oh, you know, just one of our little boring war councils.
This army.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I'm sure you're quite aware of the temple. She turns to look at Rufus. Sort of nods and looks off. And our presence was requested, so... Unfortunately, we do not turn a blind eye to all this, no matter how much Ius has been scheming up north. This seems to be important. So what is your all's role in this?
A great question. At
Perhaps
first,
we'll see after this council.
We protected the town. You already acknowledged that. That's our role.
I understand, but you did not have to come to this council. But you did.
Invited us. It would be rude not to.
I suppose you had me there.
information is important.
Information, yes. And
All the time and energy that we've spent caring for this town, I'd like to hear at least what you intend to do to protect it from here on out.
Seems a little rude to invite us and then immediately mistrust us for showing up.
It's not mistrust per se, just curious of where your adventures take you next.
Is my dog with me?
Sort of hiding behind you at this point.
Okay.
Does not seem to be interested in getting to know the situation whatsoever.
Cool.
Excuse me. Nicodemus steps forward, the one that you all instantly dislike, extends a hand. Well, hello. So much of a pleasure to finally get to meet all of you.
Hello, Knight Commander.
I heard you've done some wonderful things here.
Oh god, he gave him a voice as well. Oh, a cringe voice.
So, what can Valuna's Knight Commander do for you?
We are here on your behest, your invitation. We're here to listen. And while I would like to set one thing straight, while I may speak now, I do not in turn make an autonomous decision for this group. We do everything, and by discussing it and having our own decision. However, with that in mind, you invited us, and we're here to listen. And if there is any food, my boy Gaul over here is a bit hungry.
Yeah, someone ate my bacon. I give Rufus a really dirty look if I say that.
Okay.
I'm just looking out for my boy right here.
Appreciate it.
Rufus sort of sheepishly sighs and looks away.
And I'm trying to give them the illusion that we're not, maybe we don't have all our shit together, that maybe we're not exactly who they think we are.
I don't think that's an illusion.
That's not an illusion at all.
That's just fact.
No, we do, but I don't want him. I'm trying to make sure that, or do my best to let him understand that he doesn't know who we are or what we're about. Other than we came here and we protected the city once we were here. That's it.
Right on. The Grunwald motions to one of his soldiers who walks over and they speak a couple words, and he runs off. Moments later, they have what looks to be the carcass of a pig they've got stuck on a stake, and he brings it over to the fire and begins to cook it.
Excellent.
Yes.
Everybody gathers around the fire. At least the leaders here gather around the fire.
Sure, why not?
Yeah. We're here. We might as well.
Lucidia speaks up first again. Like I said, she appears to be completely in charge of the situation. There may be 3 banners flying over this camp, but you would have only guessed one at this point. As much power as she seems to have over this, even though the area itself is technically under Verbabonk or Valuna's protection at this point. I do love formalities, but I really want to get to what's really going on around here. This is why I ask you, how far are you willing to go in this? Because we could really use your help.
I mean, we don't really know what this is at this point.
I see. Rufus, could you bring it here, please? And Rufus moves around the campfire. Doesn't really give you guys like a straight look, but comes around to the other side. And from a pouch at his side, he reaches in with a cloth on his hand, as if whatever he's about to grab, he doesn't want to touch directly. And summons forth this skull. It's about this large. Has a gold gleam to it, with no jaw, and 4 empty sockets upon its head, not including its eyes, or including its eyes, I'm sorry. And he holds it forth. This, Rufus sort of stumbles with his words. I'm sorry that I could not divulge the entire story to you. This is why they have come. Again, and again, and again. When we first went to the temple, Vern and I found this. We found all the troubles that carried with it. It is a key of sorts within the temple, granting access to its lowest corridors. Corridors where Zuggtmoy now resides. And someone wants this very much.
So you went to an evil temple, removed something from it, and then acted surprised when people came to get it back. That's what you're telling us.
Not surprised, no. But we could not leave it there for Ayus to find either. Could we?
Well, I don't know, because we don't know what it is. Seems it may have been left there for a reason.
It's a key, you say? What exactly does it unlock?
It's hard to explain. It's not a key in the sense that you would think a key would be. It just gives insight on how things work there. I touched it once, and the secrets of the temple were open to me. Unfortunately, it also gave me much insight into Ayus himself.
By the mere touching of the skull?
He nods. He instantly knew where we were. And he came for us.
And now you just carry it around in a bag.
He sighs. Well, it is extra-dimensional. So technically, when it's not here, it's somewhere else.
Could I use divine sense here?
Okay.
And I'd like to kind of just excuse myself from the group.
Okay.
And I'd just like to kind of walk over. I'd kind of like just to get up and kind of walk over here.
Okay.
And I'd like to use divine sense, which detects good and evil, and can sense anything affected by a hallow spell, and know the location of any celestial, fiend, undead within 60 feet of me. So right now I'm really just focused on kind of the good and evil aspect of this.
Okay.
But I mean, if I is sitting in that skull, well, we're effed anyways. But I'd like to use divine sense.
Sure. So you excuse yourself as they are speaking. Rufus and Gaul seem to be in this back and forth for the time being.
I don't like Rufus. He ate my bacon.
He did.
So you take a few steps away from the situation, and you let your divine spirit fan out from you. And you've had hangovers, and you've had some terrible blows to the head, and none of them, all of them, pale in comparison to the pain that fills you at this moment. From that skull is the greatest force of demonic power that you've ever felt in your lifetime. It oozes from it.
These clowns have it.
In a bag.
In a bag.
What was that movie where they had the skull and the bowling ball?
Mystery Men.
Yes, exactly. Yes. We're on an episode of Mystery Men. Okay. I don't know if they're talking or not, but with my head kind of pounding, I'm gonna stumble, and I'm gonna ask for Gull. I'm gonna step 5 feet.
Okay.
Gull, I need you.
I will go to him. What, did you drink too much? You look ill.
Unfortunately, that's not what this is about.
Are you sure?
Shame me later. But you weren't wrong. That skull?
I really am.
No. That skull has the most demonic, evil presence of anything I've ever felt in my life.
Oh, goody.
And as you said, they have it in a bag.
In a bag. Maybe we should get them to put it back in the bag.
Two things. I mean, and we should probably get the others, but two things. We either need to put this in the most holiest of temples with the biggest and most badass protections, or we need to take it back.
Which temple would you want to put it in? The one in Hommlet doesn't seem particularly special.
Perhaps the city of Greyhawk, but this is beyond the scope of comprehension of everybody in this place, including myself. I just know it is the most evil, vile object that I've ever come across. And I've come across quite a bit.
You should tell them. They clearly have no idea what they're doing, messing around with.
Bizarre, considering that they lead an army.
Well,
But I think you're right. So Arthur will turn and he'll walk over to the campfire. What is it do you think you have here in this skull? Because what I'm about to tell you should frighten you to your core. But what is it you think you have here?
We have the key. We have a very part of the temple that was built by Ayuz and by Zuggtmoy all those years ago. At the same time, potentially we have a way to get back in and finish the job that we'd started a decade ago.
From what I could divine about this object you have, it is the most vile and evil object I've ever come across. And quite frankly, while magic may not be my strongest suit, I would not doubt if Ayuz could hear, listen, and see everything that you're doing by merely having it here at this meeting or anywhere else you've ever spoken. That is my guess.
You may be right.
Take it
so
away.
blasé.
But this is why we asked you all here. He takes the skull and replaces it back within the bag. And the ache that's in your head instantly vanishes as it gets removed from this plane and gets pushed into its own little pocket dimension.
Interesting.
And Rufus pulls the strings in the bag to make it tight, puts it over his hand, and hands it in your direction.
Nope.
This is why we need you.
You have armies at your disposal. There are 4 of us.
I know. And none of them stand a chance against him.
And we do. I mean, we got lucky.
I'm not asking to take the armies on. Just go finish the job that we couldn't finish before.
But it sounds like we would have more chance of taking on the armies.
With more armies?
Grunwald steps forward at this point, the larger man. Says, "Aye, lad. That's why we're here. We're here to take on the armies for you. We're going to buy you time. That's all we can do."
Still very confused that we're supposed to take an item of great evil and return it to another place of great evil, and that will stop the evil.
Yeah, there's some holes in this.
Rufus shakes his head.
2 minutes ago, you were questioning our motives for being here, and now you expect us to drop everything we might have to do and take this demonic artifact from you and potentially go to our deaths.
Don't you see? The skull is the key. It's the entrance. It's how we get in.
Why us?
Who else?
Literally
Who else?
anyone.
People of Hommlet have been dying for some time until we arrived. And are we ready to abandon them in their greatest time of need?
They would abandon us.
Matters not what they would do. Matters what we would do. You wouldn't leave your shipmates to die. I wouldn't leave mine.
All right.
You're a better man than I am.
If we do this, logistically speaking, what are we talking about? Where are we going with this? What are we doing with it? Like, literally just what? Like, what and why, I guess, basically all my questions.
Burn actually steps forward this time in your direction. And he actually takes your hands and squeezes them. "Look, we're all afraid, all right? But I've decided I will go with you if you need me to, for I've been inside the temple itself before. And we need to take this and go below. We need to finish the job that we started long ago. We have to cut off the head of the snake once and for all."
Why didn't you do it last time?
He turns to you, Gaul. His eyes meet yours. You want the truth?
Yes.
I was afraid.
Of
Bayous, Zuggtmoy. He covers his hand, or covers his face with his hand. I was afraid of dying.
yeah, I feel that. How do we know if you go with us that you won't be afraid of dying again and leave us when shit goes down?
He sort of shrugs his shoulders. I can't.
Well, that's comforting.
Comforting or not, it's the truth.
We, of course, would welcome your help. If you could draw a map. Do we know the location of this entrance? It goes...
Says I can lead you to the temple. I know well where it's at.
What is... Sorry, Zan.
I was asking, it's within the earth itself, you said.
Oh, the temple extends down. Yes.
And what will we find in the temple?
He says before it was all a matter of monstrosities. With Ayus, I have no idea. Things worse than nightmares, I would imagine. The armies can drive some of them out, but I don't know what's going to be left behind.
Who exactly will your army be fighting? Do you know how many? Do you know the type of enemy? What logistics do you know to help us? If we decide to go.
Says, all I know is that they're led by demonic forces. All
Led by
servants of
demons?
Ayus. And you've seen before, firsthand. Elementals. Creatures of unspeakable horror.
And had we not been here, how would you have decided to attack this? What magics, what advantages do you have to give your armies a fighting chance?
Arthur, this mission, these troops, they don't know it, but they're going to die. But we need them to buy us time. Any way we can take the Eye of Ayus off that temple for any amount of time is precious.
All soldiers know they're going to die. Or at least know they have the chance. But are you going to try? Or are you simply offering them up as fodder? Because if it's the latter, I want no part of this. Are you going to try?
That's why we're here. We can't let this happen. We can't let Ayus run free of this country. We can't let the temple rise once again.
And what do you have, if anything, that we would have access to suit up, resupply, and get done what needs to be done?
You have full access to the town, of our armories, horses, food, any sort of transportation you might need.
So nothing.
That's not nothing.
Nothing that
Snag-
we didn't already have.
Are there any priests in your camp? Wizards, sorcerers, warlocks, what do you have here?
Lycidia steps forward. Oh, yes, we have paladins, clerics, wizards of all sorts. Of course we do.
And what weapons do you have that you thought you were going to swing at these demons and hit them with? Pale bronze and lead and iron? Or what do you have that can make a difference?
Arthur, I'll be honest. I don't know how to answer your question in a way that's going to satisfy you. Have you ever been to war? Protected your homeland? We will fight.
Protected many families and been in many battles.
We protected your home.
And I am grateful for that. And we in turn will use whatever we have. Steel, fists, teeth, anything that it takes. Which is why we need you.
What happens if we didn't go?
Well, it would appear that we would have a journalist army for myself, and the Knight Commander here, and the General, and Rufus, and I would all be going. To be frank, I know we wouldn't return, but we would try.
I'd like to confer with my friends before making any decisions.
You've definitely given us a lot to think about.
When were you planning to march?
Well, it's some travel to the temple. Probably in a week.
You say that one more time, Seth?
Probably in about a week.
Week.
Let me ask you this. You have a week. Can you send a message, a missive, to any and all priests to ask if they have something to offer in this war? Something that can help turn the tide. If you promise to do that, we'll give it more consideration. But we want to make sure that people care and that it's done and gives us the best chance of success. If we decide to go.
Consider it done.
And with that, I'll rise and look at my party members. Do you have any more questions of this war council?
I have more questions of Byrne, I think.
Byrne, perhaps you'd like to follow us so that we may speak in private.
Agreed.
Zan? Good enough?
For now.
Let's see here. Caliphus, you're actually a good sight here. Why don't you give me a perception check?
Who?
MK.
I got a 19.
19.
Hey.
Nice.
Everyone else seems to be talking. You're being quiet and hanging back, sort of observing the surroundings. From the tent to the northwest, you see this silver-haired woman sort of pushed the tent open and looking outside and listening the entire time, quite intently on the conversation that's unfolding before her. Her skin is sort of a dark gray. Her eye is pale, as is her hair. You instantly recognize her as a drow. She seems quite and deeply engrossed in this conversation that's before her. And she catches your eye and nods to you.
Okay. Cal will kind of give a nod back politely.
Okay. So you guys taking off back to the town?
A little
Yeah, I
further
think-
away.
You want to recede back into the town, or you just want to leave?
I want to talk to Burn.
Okay. So you guys are going to exit the camp. We'll just throw you back on this main page real quick. You put the camp to your back. See the other generals sort of sighing and talking amongst themselves, appearing to feel like they have failed in gaining your attention and in gaining your service.
Good.
Always leaving one more, right?
Yep.
And I think maybe we'll take a break for about 10 minutes or so, 5-10 minutes, and give you guys a chance to think and,
Cool.
figure out what's going on. So we'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Appreciate it, and sorry for the slow start today. Be right back.
It's cool.
Wigless.
Anytime.
All right, we are back. So, what are you guys going to discuss with old Bernie?
Well,
It's very random.
Arthur would like to cast baldification
Yeah.
before we talk.
His headache was so bad, all his hair fell out.
That's hurtful.
Um,
That's why my
I am in Byrne's face at this point. Not tell us all of the stakes here about.
Yes, I know. Considering the gravity of the object that I held, I hope you have some understanding.
Well, apparently you're not holding it anymore because we are, and we've got to go take it to a temple.
Did you
All
guys
right.
end up taking it? I didn't think you did.
No, but we will be.
No, they.
Yeah, I didn't think so. It's like, I'm...
All right. Tell me this. What precisely do you with this thing? Do you just take it on a pedestal, the pedestal goes into the ground, yay, locked up forever, the end? Like, what? Yeah.
He takes a long sigh. We put ourselves at great risk. Maybe first and foremost about that, and I don't mean just going to the temple, but whoever touches this skull, Ayus is going to know who they are, where they are, the instant it occurs.
Ooh, gloves?
So,
Um,
well, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way.
Oh wait, I'm not there.
so it seems able to show it to us from the bag without alerting Ayus. So is that how we should be carrying it, I suppose?
That's how we'll transport it, yes. But the instant we need to activate it, as I said, he will know where we're at.
And we need to activate it in order to enter? Or...
Yeah, in order to access the lowest levels as quickly as possible, yes. Or we can sit there and stomp through a maze of creatures.
All right. Go down. We activate it. Fail at that point. And then what?
And then we take care of Zuggtmoy.
We destroy her. Is that what you mean by taking care of, or...
And he nods as he looks down.
All right. Byrne, if you'll excuse us, we have some things to discuss, I think.
He nods, turns, and starts heading back towards the camp.
Thoughts? Suggestions?
So, if it doesn't matter whether they wear gloves when they touch that thing, then Ayus already knows that we're coming.
They didn't hold it up.
They took it out of the bag. They touched it. That means I heard everything we just said until it went back in the bag.
Well, we're not sure of that yet. It's a guess.
He didn't sound like he was guessing. Which means we now have a target on our backs.
For me, a target on my back means to go fight whatever wants to hurt me first.
Well, it means we're in this whether we want to be or not.
I was about to say, I think at this point, it doesn't much matter. We have to do this.
God damn.
We have a week.
So how do we do this and not die?
I don't know. Cal, you've been very quiet. What are your thoughts?
Cal just kind of looks around at everyone and has a very obvious look on his face like, we're gonna die. We'll just die.
Cal?
Our other
Bloody-
option is just run.
I mean, we can't leave these people to fight an army that we could stop. I mean, imagine how much they'll pay us if we do live.
I had considered that.
We'll probably get a medal,
Money is
maybe
no
a
good.
holiday.
Money is no good to dead men. But we should discuss money if we're going to do this.
I think that would be a given, yes.
I expected to get a bollocking from Zan.
I'll level with all of you. I received an emissary last night from my patron. I have to do this. So I hope you'll all come with me on that. I would just really like not to die. That's all.
All this talk of dying.
That has been my motto for my entire life.
Well, Cal first is gonna look at the dog, because the dog's still with us, right?
Yeah.
Cal's gonna look at the dog and kind of be like, well, if Zan's going, then I'm going.
Thank you, Cal. You're a dear friend.
Thanks, Zan. I'm glad to hear.
What's your problem?
I just don't want to see you hurt. That's all.
Well, neither do I, but duty calls. So I guess we have a week.
I guess so.
Of course, I don't want to assume.
Well, like I said, we're in this whether we want to be or not.
Arthur?
I think it would be prudent to understand as best we can our enemy, and perhaps, since we have a week, perhaps it would behoove us to study, find any and all literature about what we're going to face,
Done and done.
and try to procure the best weapons and armor we can to fight specifically this enemy.
I'll leave that part to you, but if they're magical, come find me and we'll figure it out.
Indeed.
Hommlet's a very small town. Are we going to find much of use here?
What else is around? Do we know if there's any other cities around that we could travel to, that we could come, go and be back in a couple days?
Within a couple of days, not likely. Yeah, there is the city of Nulb, which is closer to where the temple is actually at. Of course, you're not really sure of the state of the city at this point either,
Okay.
being so close to the temple as it is. Otherwise, you'd have to head back the way that you all came, and that would be a long journey.
Yeah, no, don't want to do that.
No.
So it's just us and what we have and our wits. And a dog.
And a dog.
A talking
Isn't that right, Pebble?
dog.
And a dog.
I'm a good dog. You know that.
You are a good dog. You're such a good dog.
These people.
You're becoming a better dog. Much better dog.
We're going to have character progression and everything. Okay, guys, so what's the plan?
We need to go back and discuss money.
Let's have Burn and go back and tell them that we're ready to talk at some point.
I think Byrne headed back. I think we'll have to
Yeah,
go
we're on our own.
back ourselves.
We'll see ya. Then, yeah, I say we.
Do
I don't want to seem too eager. Let's give them a day.
yeah.
Let's not
Do
go
we
back a day.
do we mention to Byrne that they took the skull out of the bag and that we're probably going to be expected, or do we let him find that out when it becomes apparent?
I mean, he was there. He saw it.
But he didn't seem to think. He didn't mention it to us if he's thought of that. So either he's stupid, or we can't trust him. Which do we think is more likely?
Honestly, love, I don't trust anyone in this town right now.
No.
Let's just say my emissary also suggested that Ayus may have spies near and around Hommlet.
Okay.
Did I get a read on Burn when I cast a Divine Sense? Either way.
Nope.
And I'll explain. In regards to Burn, when I went and tried to see what was good and what wasn't in this camp, I got nothing from Burn.
The man doesn't have to be evil to be
An
untrustworthy.
instrument of evil either.
You know.
Well, we can at least eliminate his overall character. Good people don't do evil things.
Yes,
Often.
they do.
Often.
You'd be surprised.
And bad people usually don't let good people know that they're bad.
Well, unless my god was lying to me, I think it would have pinged a little bit there.
Is it possible that the skull was so evil that it overwhelmed anything else that may have shown up?
That is a good point. Very well could have happened. My head was throbbing.
Well, that could have been booze.
That was the whiskey. That was the whiskey.
Almost certainly.
Yeah.
Very well could have been the case. But I agree. Trust no one. But at the same time, now that we know we are stuck in this. I think we need to play our hand to get the most that we can in terms that's going to help us live. And I say we go from there. And yes, Skull, we will negotiate terms. So that when this is done...
You say that like you don't like money.
I just don't like it as much as you.
Well, no, very few people do.
But, I mean, I won't lie. Perhaps to have my own ship someday is something on my mind, but I am not going to extort the people of a small town
I'm not.
in order to accomplish that goal.
I am not saying that we extort. I'm saying that we should know our value.
Agreed.
Well, we can most certainly extort the 3 very large cities that sent armies, however.
They did
I am
nothing to help.
perfectly all right with extorting 3 good-for-nothing cities that just showed up after we fucking destroyed a dragon. Excuse me, Cal fucking destroyed a dragon. So,
Dragon Slayer, Cal.
it has a nice ring to it, love.
Hey, I have a quick question. Would Zan have told us about the 2 gods that don't like Zuggtmoy?
Apparently not. She's disappeared.
The answer is F you.
No.
Get out of here. She blinks like her dog.
Oh my god.
I'm back.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that.
So here's what I
Anyways.
suggest we do. I will go search and ask and beg, borrow, and steal any magic, anything that can help us. I think Zan should go and speak with Byrne and peruse all the volumes and see if there's anything that can help us.
Well, I mean, I have the basics so far. Zuggtmoy was a consort of Ayu's. They really don't like the god of slimes. What was it? Jubbleox? What was his name?
Jublix.
Jublix, yes.
I think Jub is canon now.
Jub, yeah. Jub. And she's not a big fan of Loth. They don't like each other very much. I mean, that's pretty much what I had. There was a book basically about Zuggtmoy. I could dig further if we need to.
Here's what I'm thinking. And now stop me if you think this is crazy. Because normally, you know, I suggest these things and people are like, "You're crazy, Cal. Don't say things like that." What if we can talk to Jublix and Loaf and try to get them on our sides? You know, just try. You know, find out how to do a little ceremony. And yeah, just talk to a couple of gods, maybe. We're fighting a god, right?
I don't want to fuck with Loth.
I have no desire to fuck with Loth at all.
Well, now, not ever.
I honestly have no desire to fuck with drow that fuck with Loth.
Oh, I get it. Don't say things like that, Cal. You're crazy.
No, not at all. There are no bad ideas when we're brainstorming, not at all. I just might advise against it, is all. Good try. Good show.
Good chat.
Good chat. Good chat. Okay.
Well, so it's settled. We go tomorrow. We request a meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's get our terms straight so that we're all on the same page here. What are we asking for?
Supplies, which they've already offered, but
And we need to press them hard to give
We
up the best they can.
we will be on the front lines. I again have no desire to die, so any coughs of healing, anything else, even even if I have to take it off the back of a soldier, I will do so if necessary. So I would like to keep you all alive.
I would like to keep me alive too.
Well, I'm glad we're on the same page for that. Thank you, Cole.
Okay. That's settled.
I'm gonna go track down Burn and tear through his library.
Okay. What the rest of you gonna be doing?
I am going to pour a bath of some sort, but not in a. I'm gonna go find water and pray next to it. Some sort of either, whether I dig out, a small hole in the earth. That's what I'll do. I'll dig out a small hole in the earth. I will ask the bartender, for water wherever they get it from. Or if there's a lake or a river nearby, I would much rather go there. But I would like to take, Arthur would like to take time to himself and pray and fast for about 8 hours.
Okay. There is like a small river that does run through Hommlet itself.
That's where you'll find me then.
Okay.
And I'll explain to the group I'm headed and what I'm doing.
Okay. What about you, Gaul?
Gaul is going to go and have a long lie down.
Wait, before Gaul does his lie down, I'd like to confront Gaul about the dog.
Oh, okay.
The dog's coming with me. The dog's coming with me to the library. Dog's coming with me, so no worries.
Okay,
Floor is yours.
Gaul, that damned dog. That dog woke me up in the middle of the night and told me it was gonna kill me.
What?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know what it's trying to do, what its purpose is, but it seems really attached to Zan, and I don't like that.
No, that's not cool.
Not cool.
Have you spoken to Zan?
No. She's brainwashed by the thing practically.
Okay. We should talk to Zan. We should get the dog away from her. You should speak to her.
Okay.
Or I can speak to her, but you're not going to get the dog away from her.
True.
We should tell Arthur.
We should tell Arthur. Yeah, probably, but he's meditating.
God damn him.
I mean, we've got a week until we've got to do the thing.
We have.
And I don't think the dog's gonna I don't know.
Kill you in your sleep?
Not. I mean, if I could die in a week, why would the dog kill me now when I could die later?
Sure. He's not gonna hurt Zan.
I'm not sure. Didn't seem like it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you told me. I don't know what to do about that. We should speak to Arthur.
We should speak to Arthur. Definitely. Good chat.
Good chat.
You'll need a high five at the end of that. That's gotta happen.
Shall we,
High five.
hey,
Yeah.
I was gonna go for a lie down, but should we go for a
Go for a what?
a dangle?
No, we can't. We can't have the dangle. You know how it goes. We can't dangle
how
without
small
We've been in
town.
this town. We've been in this town like 3 days. And we've talked about dangling. Should we dangle the dog?
We should dangle the dog.
I've never dangled a dog.
That's your dangle
So
chance.
lucky I'm not there.
That's your dangle chance.
I've never dangled a dog.
Yeah, me neither. Dangle.
Okay.
I'll put it in. I'll put it in my on my calendar. Dangle
Yeah.
the dog.
To-do list. Dangle the dog.
It's the
Sounds like
worst.
code.
All right.
It does sound like code.
That does sound like code.
Oh no.
Dangle the dog. Dangle the dog. Dangle the dog.
That's hilarious.
Hmm.
Poor dog.
I also want, if I might as well, Califris isn't gonna listen, and they said they didn't want to fool with Love. They were like, no, not Love.
Right.
So Califris is gonna look up stuff about Jubilix instead, and see if he can figure out, you know, like
Oh
what
my
this god's
God.
about.
Oh
You know, and maybe if he can simply speak to the god, not you know, completely summon the
Oh my
god, but you know, just be like, hey, I heard you
Oh.
did like,
Oh my
Fucking
god.
bards,
yeah,
man.
I
Oh my
heard you did
God.
like them. So maybe you know, like we both take him down. Oh, bam! Problem solved for us. Problem solved for you.
Okay.
Oh, bards are dangerous.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
This is going to get interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. God, I don't know where to start with all this shit.
Well, goal's easy. Goal's going for a lie down.
Yeah, that's easy.
Dan's in the library.
Dan's in the library.
I'm gonna grab that book I found on Zuggtmoy again.
Okay.
Yeah, anything specific I can glean on her. Weaknesses, holy symbols to look out for. Just, yeah, anything that might be of aid to us.
Okay. That shouldn't be as big an issue. You do find that she does have a holy symbol of sorts. It can vary depending on the cult, per se. But most of them have what is a jawless skull with these, like, fungi-looking fins upon them.
Ooh, gnarly. Okay.
Yeah. What else were you looking for? I apologize. Just anything in general, really?
Yeah, like weaknesses, markers of her followers. Yeah, because I'm all sorts of spidey sense tingling about this
Yeah.
town now too.
As far as weaknesses goes, you really don't find anything on weaknesses per se. Just it's mostly a rehashing of what you found before.
Okay.
You know, her enemies and her allies. You do know that, or you do find that even if you do destroy her on this plane, it does not necessarily mean that you're going to destroy her in her entirety. There's a good chance that while her physical body here may be gone, her true form still resides in the abyss, and she may just respawn there.
Damn it.
Of course, this is all theory. You don't know for sure, just what a sage has decided to write down about her through his own learnings. What else can we glean from this? Yeah, it's really just a lot of the things that you found before. No real insight in how to defeat her per se if you were to face her in combat.
All right.
I guess one thing that you would realize is that her cults do have a tendency to be constructed under a guise, as in people who are initiated into them don't necessarily realize that it's her that's behind all of everything. It's sort of a false face that she puts on, which would make sense given the cults of the elemental evil.
Yeah.
There could be a chance that they are being initiated into this and really are serving a demoness instead of some elemental power. Very common in her history.
Does that ring any bells for me? And
I mean, there is no question there is a distinction. What you glean out of that is, of course, your own. But possibly.
all right. All right, now that Cal has it in my head too, I'll see if I can find anything on Lolth.
Oh, the Spider Queen. Spider Queen
Yes.
Loth. Done a lot of research on Loth and Greyhawk. I'll be honest with you.
That's fair.
I know her from like Forgotten Realms, but is there a really distinct difference between those two? That's a question. You know she's a demon lord as well. Highly worshipped by the Drow. And the Drow on Oerth themselves were sort of a similar epimology, whatever you call that word. I used to study English literature. Can you imagine that? But they were once upon the surface dwellers that got pushed into the Underdark. It's a very female-driven society. You know, that they have the power in society, very matriarchal. She's a goddess of darkness, of drow, of evil, spiders. Very well known for especially assassins. They treasure power and deceit and lies over anything else, any other virtues. It's not uncommon for houses within the drow associations to plot and murder one another, and it's not frowned upon. It's just the way that things are. And that's how you glean power in these sort of situations. You know that she has a realm, possibly in the Abyss itself as well, known as the Demon Web Pits. Let's see. What else can I think about Lolth? I'm trying to dive into my deep knowledge of her. She herself, I know she's a staunch enemy of Corellan Lorethian, who's sort of the elven deity, the one that stole Grum's eye from him. And of course, very noticeably, you know, that with your research as well, that she's an enemy of Zuggtmoy, the Lady of Fungi. And I think really in the one thing that kind of was prohibiting Lolth from really ascending to true godhood in her efforts really was Zuggtmoy. And they really still have that same hatred between each other to this day. Other than that, you don't glean much more than that. Just that she was banished by Corellan Lorethian long ago into the Abyss. And pretty much all you can gather upon her.
Okay. Worth a shot. Do I see Cal yet?
Depends on what Cal's doing exactly. Are you researching, or are you just balls to the walls to attempt this?
Waving leaves in the air.
Yeah.
Jubilix! No, Cal's gonna go research Jubilix as sneakily as possible.
Were they the only place in town that's really going to have any extensive information on Jublix is going to be at Burns Tower itself. If you wish to peruse.
But Zan's still in there, right?
Yeah.
All right. Huh.
You see her, she has this tiny little pair of spectacles on and she's reading.
All right. Gosh. I could wait till Zan leaves.
Could.
It's gonna be a while.
It's gonna be a while. Okay. In the meantime, I guess that
Do you come up? Like, would I be able to see you?
he's gonna like poke his head in and then close the door.
Can I spot him?
Make me a perception check. And I suppose that would be a
Natural 20!
You can attempt a stealth check to see if you also get a natural 20, and we'll have a roll off.
Let's see. Let's see. I haven't been rolling very good this time. Let's see. Oh no. Very no.
You catch Califris sort of ducking out of the way
Cal!
when you look up.
Oh. Cal kind of comes back in. Hey Zan, I was just I wanted to see the library, you know. Oh, it looks great.
It's marvelous, especially for a town this size. Do you want to help?
Sure. I'd love to help.
Come in.
All right.
Yeah.
You know, Cal kind of goes in. You know,
Okay.
the plans have changed. Maybe he can sneakily get this information while claiming it to be research. All right.
So you want an info dump on Jublix, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay.
I would love one.
Okay. Jublix also is a demon lord. A very ancient one, actually. Probably one of the oldest in existence. He's known as the Lord of Oozes and pretty much shapeless things. That's his existence. He's a few cults that are sporadic in the area, but nothing that really has like risen to prominence. But those that do, their main goal is literally just destruction and ruin. Jublix exists to consume. And I guess really of all the demon lords, he would probably be the most easy to understand, the most easy to be empathetic with, because his very existence is just to exist and to eat, to decay, to consume everything.
Okay. That's a bad idea.
Let's see. Let me roll a 20 here. 16. Okay, you do interestingly find that of most demon lords, Jublix is also one that's actually prone to actually answer summons.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
No.
But in the studies, you also realize that it requires the horn of a unicorn to be sacrificed in the process, which is not something that's easily gotten a hold of.
Okay.
But that's literally if you wish to summon his presence upon the prime material plane.
Oh, okay. So like I don't have to summon him to talk to him, do I?
Are you asking me this?
I'm asking the book that I am reading.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps not.
Perhaps.
There's nothing clear that says that through some sort of divine intervention, a pathway of communication could be opened.
Okay. Also, quick question, because I just like really want to talk to a god. That's like my goal in life. So, what was the god of the chapel that's here in town? Is that god good? Is it
It's St. Cuthbert.
Cuthbert?
Yeah.
Okay. Could they help us? Can I look up that god?
You want to look up St. Cuthbert? This is like
Yeah.
the info dump story hour. Let's look here.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. You need
Library
You
time.
need to know your options here in the world of Greyhawk, and who you can and cannot trust. Just give me a second while I look it up myself because I don't remember all this stuff. Or I should just
Zan occasionally just like leans over and is like, "Oh, did you see this? Wow, history's
Oh, man.
fascinating, isn't
Oh wow.
it?"
God of common sense, wisdom, zeal, honesty, truth, and discipline. One of the two
Okay.
oldest gods in history.
Okay.
He's a staunch opponent of evil, a zealous and driven deity, who prizes discipline, honesty, and pragmaticism above all other virtues, but all tempered with a fine layer of common sense.
Okay. That's good.
Doesn't really sound up our alley much, but
Common sense. We could be with common sense.
We have none.
Well, then we need some. Clearly.
That's why he carries a cudgel, to knock it into you.
All right. I'm done researching.
Anything else you guys want to look up while you're here?
That's it.
nah, I think that'll take a good part of the day. I think.
Probably. Okay.
Oh,
Are you going to actually still attempt this communication process?
Maybe
Very
with St.
careful how you answer
Cuthbert,
that question.
but not Jubilix. I'm gonna die.
I have no issue doing it with you. I just asking.
With Jubilix? No. I don't want to die. That's the big thing. Like, it's out here to like consume. Nah.
Yeah, it just hit the sense that you get from the readings is that he doesn't really have an agenda per se.
Yeah.
He just exists.
Cool. Can I try talking to St. Cuthbert?
Do you want
Do
to
like a religion check?
Do you want to attempt to go back to the church and try to commune like you did before?
Yeah. Just real quick.
Okay.
Like drive through communion.
Okay. We'll do that real quick, and then we'll jump off to Arthur.
Mhm.
Go ahead and give me. Let's make this an insight check.
Insight check.
Yeah.
Okay. It is 18.
18. Okay. What do you say to gain the attention of this deity?
I say, with his hands dutifully folded at the altar, he says, St. Cuthbert, we're about to fight Zuggtmoy, a very bad, evil being that wants this place destroyed. And I was just hoping that maybe we could have like a blessing from you to aid us in our fight against Zuggtmoy.
Interesting wording. Very interesting. Okay. It's an 18 is what you got?
Mhm.
Okay. There is no direct line of communication. It's not like you're getting a response physically back. No words. Much like before, though, it was more of a feeling of that your words have reached some power. And a blessing is a loose word, but you definitely feel some sort of divine power wash over you for a moment.
wow.
Nailed it.
Not quite sure what it is, what it does, who it's from, even. But something has answered your call.
Okay. Hope I didn't get the wrong number.
Oops.
Okay. I guess that will take us to Arthur. So you're pressed against the edge of the river. Down upon your knees, I'm assuming.
Arthur will actually be in the river, knelt just on the shore so that the water goes up just to his knees.
Okay.
And he has his holy symbol in hand, and he's been praying for some time, praising Ostrom and thanking her for this fine river and this water that's going through. And basically, and so Arthur will pray.
Okay.
Ostrom, as your divine servant, you have brought me life from death. And we, my party and myself, are now in our greatest time of need. I ask that you bless us all, as I'm sure you know what danger we head to. Please bless this party, even the people of Hommlet and the army. But we're here, and we hope, and I hope that we're doing your bidding. And with that, I'll just close my eyes and just try to push everything from my mind to become a blank slate.
Go ahead and give me an insight check with advantage.
25.
25. Okay.
18. Well, let me make sure that that's super accurate. I don't want to. Yeah, no, that's 26.
26. You close your eyes, and your mind goes still. And sounds and smells of the area seem to vanish from your senses as you narrow your mind's eye on the task. And for the moment, silence reaches you. But given the last few days, perhaps silence isn't necessarily a bad feeling to have. Your mind's been quite chaotic, quite stressed and stretched. And the blackness behind your closed eyes fills with a large bulbous round eye staring at you. And as it backs up, 3 now stare upon you, and writhing tentacles flail about in your mind. And you feel a very familiar presence, one that has not been long from you. And as it reaches out, as if to grab you, it's suddenly pushed from your vision. And light fills that void. And for the first time in your life, you feel that you're home within the seas. That perhaps, for the first time, the gods of those seas have answered you, have acknowledged your service. And they tell you, a sign awaits you. Merely keep your eyes open for it. we will deliver you to your vengeance. And with a rush, the sound of the river flowing once again fills your ears as the sound of the birds overhead, of the smell of campfires from the encampment fill your nostrils, and your vision has passed.
I will give thanks and give another half hour and then return to the tavern.
Okay. You escape the edge of the water, and standing on the shore, with her arms crossed, a dark-skinned, and by dark skin I mean coal black, with silver hair, looks down upon you. Well, I see you're done. So tell me, did they answer you?
Who is it do you think I was speaking?
Not so important, really. Are you going to the temple?
As I stare incredulous, just kind of trying to wrap this all around my head. And what if we were? I don't think it's a secret why this army is here. So, yes. I am.
She nods, takes a step closer to the shore, and extends a hand to you to help you up the embankment. Let's just say that going headlong into the temple is a fool's folly. And perhaps I can show you another way.
I'll take the hand offered.
She grabs you by the forearm and tugs you up. Tell me, Arthur, that is your name, right?
Indeed.
Do you seek vengeance?
I seek vengeance on any and all that would hurt people and those that travel the sea.
She
And
smiles.
while I haven't put everything together, I know there is something I must do. I don't know why I'm telling you all this, but it's the truth.
She offers her arm to you to guide her. Then
Okay.
let me show you another way to the temple. Will you accept to at least listen to me?
I do.
So you put your hand or your arm in her arm and walk back towards the inn, away from the scene of the river, away from your blessing, to see where this new course of action is going to take you. And I think we'll go ahead and end it for there.
Holy cow.
Bum, bum, bum.
Am I gonna get mugged? And then she mugged you.
And then she
Damn
mugged
it.
Not again.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
All right,
Every
guys.
time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this has been once again an interesting little episode.
Had a
Between
little bit of everything.
murderous
To say the
dogs
least.
Yeah. Hey, we didn't fight anything.
and-
We had a
didn't.
talking episode.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, you almost fought Arthur on a balcony. You were this close.
Almost.
It was really close.
I
It
think
wouldn't have been a fight though.
and MK almost fought a dog. So.
Yeah, I was about to say. I
Yeah.
was really concerned that
That's
Initiative
on
was
the
about to
fight
roll.
card next week.
All right. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
We
it was.
got one more show until we take a break, I believe. So we have next week's, and then we're gonna be taking off the 24th for American Thanksgiving. I know that Chris probably gives fucks all about that.
Goddamn colonials.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna we'll take that weekend off. No one's really gotten back to me again about whether they want to do a one-on-one, but I'd be happy to run one if somebody wants to.
I'd be happy to do a one-on-one because I'm December. So
Okay. So maybe me and Chris will come back here in a couple weeks and
Hey.
we'll explore a little bit about the mystery that is Gold Longkeeper.
yeah, but don't let me ruin Thanksgiving.
Nah.
Never.
So all right, guys. Well, let's just go around the table. Let everybody know who you are, where they can find you, what you got going on. Arthur.
All right. Well, hey, thanks again for tuning in, guys. Kevin Hit here, and you can find me at Kevin_Hit on Twitter. I am the editor-in-chief at VP Esports, so we write about anything and everything esports, whether it be patch notes, drama, and roster changes, things of that nature. We're doing that, and yeah, Sav, on the 24th, I will actually be in Arlington at the brand new esports arena for the ECS Season 6
Sweet.
Counter-Strike Finals.
That's
So
neat.
that'll be going on that entire weekend. I will be there. And I'll try and catch you and Gull on the flip side as I'm walking around. But had a great time today, and I'm glad that you were all here. And I'm, again, super excited for next week. And until then.
Awesome.
Hey.
Christina.
I'm Christina Sid on Twitter at Greek Sid. Again, I don't have too many projects going on, so I just, like to do shout outs to awesome community people like Peter Voss the Pun Bard. He's on Twitter at Peter Voss. He's pretty great. He warms my heart and my day with silly RPG and TTRPG puns. So check him out. He's great.
He's
That's it.
great.
He's amazing.
MK.
MK, also known as Music Combat on Twitter and on Twitch. MK is the best. I stream video games on Twitch. I just beat Sly Cooper 3, and I'm working on. Thank you. I'm working on A Link to the Past right now. So if you want to see that, come on by. I'm going to be streaming tonight. I'm probably going to do something like A Link to the Past and then something different because I just beat Sly. And so I want to do something interesting and new. So yeah, that's what I do.
It's awesome. I kept trying to get I guess Chris would be involved in this because I actually see him play it first. I've been trying to get her to play Thumper for the longest time.
So good.
Yeah. Because she likes them rhythm and music games. So it's like, I watch Chris.
It's the best rhythm game I've ever played. It's so good. Rhythm violence is what you want.
Rhythm violence.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Up, Gull.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
all my sound. Oh, I didn't know what was happening. Hi, I'm Chris, and I ruin everything. You can find me. This was super fun. It's really good to be back and to not be on lots of painkillers. It's great. I can't wait for next week. You can find me on the Twitters at Pangalactic. I run a D&D website called Loot the Room, loottheroom.uk. I am in a band. If you want to go and watch me get waterboarded and stuff like that, go check out Dead Throne on YouTube. And I'll be back on this channel in about 3 hours for Birthright of the Plumage, playing Dren, the Placeless, the Bard, Orc Bard. 2.5 Orcs is back.
Yay!
Woo!
Wizard blood. Wait, it's tiger blood. I forget which are. 2.5 orcs.
2.5 orcs, the only stream with big dick energy.
Sorry. I
Oh,
just butchered that.
man.
Way to go.
That's amazing.
Big boss man.
Who is muted, apparently.
You're
Yeah.
muted. We can't hear you, dude.
Let's do our best ventriloquist.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
That's Savric. He's our dungeon master.
Yeah, he's amazing.
He's the man.
Best.
He likes Planescape and Fallout.
He does
Yeah.
a Fallout stream. He will be doing a one-shot on the 24th with Chris. And you can find him right here on the Greyhawk channel. He's so mad.
He's
We're
done.
doing it live, folks.
You can find him on Twitter at Savric or Savric, which is SAEVRICK.
I think I have audio again.
Yay!
Yay!
At least it waited until the end of the episode before it fucked up last time.
We tried to do right by
You did pretty damn good. I think I'll just let you handle it from now on. So, yeah, I'm Savric. I've been your terrible dungeon master tonight because I can't.
You've been amazing.
You're awesome.
Great
Can't.
one.
This fucking technical stuff is just killing me lately. I've got my own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Savric. Like Kevin said, I do a Fallout 304 stream. I do Planescape, but it's been on hiatus for a while now. I have no idea when or if it's coming back at this point. So, who knows? Maybe we'll be back, maybe we won't. Let's see. I know later on, I think this month on the 22nd, I can't remember the exact date, I'll actually be playing Pugmire with Terminally Nerdy. He's going to be doing a little campaign for that. It's like Dogs in 5e, so I guess I'm training for that game vicariously through this.
Excellent.
And I think for the next 3 or 4 weeks, I'll be over on Little Red Dot's channel, actually. We're playing
Yeah, you
Capers.
will.
We had a great first episode. It was a lot of fun with Mad Fishmonger and Eric Vulgaris and Kika. Was it VOK? I can't remember. Something like that. Sorry, Kiko. I don't remember your username. And Nerdburger Craig, who actually wrote the Capers game. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, it's very interesting. So go check that out. I don't think I have anything else going on except for this and Fallout. So yeah, that's it. But yeah, go check out the rest of the shows on the Greyhawk channel network. I guess we'll call it a network. I don't fucking know.
Sure.
I'm terrible at outros. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Anything else from you guys? No?
I'm also going to be in the Pugmire thing.
You
I saw
are,
it's gonna be-
yes.
Oh, sweet.
Fuck.
Awesome.
I am terrible at my job.
We're all dogs. No.
Did you ever decide what you're going to play?
No, I actually have not.
Yeah. My character is basically going to be like Drax from
Nice.
Guardians of the Galaxy, so
Nice.
just completely clueless.
Play Pebbles.
Play Pebbles? Yeah.
Yes.
See, I'm already playing like a New Jersey asshole. Well, he's an Italian mobster. I'm playing that in Capers right now.
Nice.
Yeah, I pulled a gun on a 9-year-old in that game, so he's
Oh, jeez.
Nice.
yeah, he's a really bad character. He pissed me off, damn it. So I wrote that in Discord the next night. I said, I pulled a gun on a 9-year-old and I don't fucking feel bad about it. Yeah.
You had it coming, man.
He did have it coming, I'm
Hope
telling
somebody
you what.
clips that and just plays it out of context.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah.
PM on the Greyhawk channel threatens 9-year-old.
Little bastard.
Investigation incoming.
Alright, guys. Well, we'll call it there. We'll see you next Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, what are we doing today? Are we doing
Salutes. There we go.
salutes? I
Salutes.
think we did salutes last week. Can we do something
Oh.
different?
I wasn't here last week. I'm
I
sorry.
like this.
Yeah, he missed the salutes.
Is that like creepy old man hands? Is that what it is?
Spirit fingers.
Yeah, the spirit fingers.
I don't know what we're doing.
Bye.
See you later.
Bye.